first up on the slate is it's looking like the ACC, SEC, Big 12 will be playing their fall seasons as of now, but Pac-12 and Big 10 will not be. So there's definitely a lot up in the air, a lot of seismic shifts that could be happening. So, Jack, what do you think the impact will be on the college football landscape with no Pac-12 this season, this fall at least?
I think that the Pac-12 will come out of this looking like geniuses. They've won the battle with the Big Ten for coming out looking like the smart people when they're trying to cancel a season, because the Big Ten has had a lot of problems with that. And we will see the ACC, SEC, and Big 12 all combust at some point. We already have reports out of Notre Dame, North Carolina, Vanderbilt that they're having to shut down their practices because they've been having COVID cases. I don't even know if it's within their teams, but definitely within their school communities. And you think that they can last all season like this? No way, shape, or form. Pac-12 is going to look great out of this.
See, I understand where you're coming from. From a health standpoint, yeah, the Pac-12, Big Ten, they're probably in the right here. They're keeping people safe by not playing. I get it. But the thing is, I think the ACC and the SEC and the rest are going to play a lot of a season. Even if it's not a full season, they'll get some games in. And they're really going to set themselves apart from the Pac-12. The Big Ten doesn't matter as much for them. They're more prestige. They're in the college football playoff. But the Pac-12 has been faltering for years. And they really need on-the-field success. And not being on the field at the same time as these powers like Clemson, Alabama, Auburn, that's really going to sting. And I get that it was the right choice for health and safety, but in the long term, these Pac-12 programs that are already like not falling apart, but definitely losing a lot of national reputation, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. And
no way.
It's going to sting in recruiting. It's going to sting in non-conference scheduling. They're going to lose a lot of leverage, and it's just going to be a mess moving forward.
I completely disagree. I think this is great for the Pac-12, especially if we do play spring football. Our guys are going to look good. We're not going to have to compete with the other conferences. The thing is, whenever we compete with the other conferences, we look a lot weaker. I mean, whether it's Pac-12 after dark, where no one on the East Coast stays up to watch, whether it's us going to the East Coast to go play against these teams, especially in the early weeks where we just get absolutely destroyed, the Pac-12 never looks good, and it really affects us in the college football rankings. Now we have a season where we are just playing against ourselves. We are showing recruits, hey, we care about your health, but we're still going to put out a good product in the spring when it's acceptable. If the ACC, SEC, Big 12, if they even miss 4 or 5 games, they're now behind the Pac-12 for this year. If it happens in November, December, there goes your championships. Oh, good job. You had half a season to have no championships. Whereas in the spring, at least you can put out a consistent product and look good without having to compete against the other conferences, either on TV or on the field.
See, but generally speaking, I don't think recruits are going to think like that. You look at the parents of the Big Ten who are going to the conference, the headquarters, and they're rioting and they're chanting, "Let us play, let them play." And there are a lot of recruits and players who think like that. And I don't know if they're really going to be excited by Pac-12 teams kicking the can.
That's different because the Big Ten has just flubbed everything out there. They're not telling us who voted what or like what the health experts are saying. The Pac-12 came out and said, health experts are telling us not to do it. We voted 12-0. We're against it. That's fine. That's completely different. At least they're giving reasons why. The Big Ten is a completely different reason. The recruits are going to see that this conference actually has their best interests.